We're still working on perimeter passing. This is a different formation. It's a 2-2-2 open circle. Some people call this formation a circle. Some people might even call it a 4-2 if these two players are up higher, 4 across the top, 2 behind the goal. I call this an open deuces formation, 2-2-2 open. We want these top players, number 1 and number 2, are going to be several yards above the restraining line while perimeter passing. The 2 wing players are going to be about halfway between goal line extended and the restraining line, and they're going to be on the side of the restraining box or a yard or 2 outside of it. The 2 players back at X are going to be 7 to 10 yards off of the side of the pipes and all the way back on the end lines. Now remember, these are the areas where we want to be catching, carrying, and passing the ball while perimeter passing. So what that means is that these players cannot stay in those zones and expect to be successful at perimeter passing. So if player number 1 starts with the ball and we are attempting to pass in this direction, then player number 2 needs to start in. Player number 4 probably needs to start in as well. Player 1 on the whistle or the start of the perimeter pass is going to look to pass to player 2 while player 2 is breaking out into his zone. So as player 2 is breaking out, player 1 passes the ball. Player 2 catches it on the run, breaking away from the goal, can roll safely to the outside. Player 4 has already left, breaking out, and we catch the ball here. Player 6 has come in. Player 5 has probably come in. As player 4 is carrying the ball, player 6 breaks out, we catch the ball. Player 5 breaks out, we catch the ball. At this point, player 1's got to start coming in. Notice that if you are adjacent and second pass adjacent, this is pass 1 in that case, and this would be the second pass. Both of those players are the ones who need to get in. So as the ball is over here with number 6, 3 and 1 need to start planning for the next passes. So as this ball is in the air, player 3 is in on the player 5's catch, player 3 breaks out, player 5 can make a quick pass. Player 1 has come in the meantime, player 1 is breaking out. So now we've done one cycle around the formation. The other thing I want to point out is that we want to shrink our passes. So player 2, who should be in when player 1 catches the ball, player 2 does not want to break out straight through the center of their zone or opposite the ball over here. Player 2 wants to break out here so that as player 1 catches on this side of their zone and carries, we have shortened the distance of the pass. Ideally, if we looked at the centers of all these zones, remember that it's 35 yards from end line to top of restraining line. It's 20 yards from goal line extended to the restraining line. So these players, as currently shown in the center of their zone, the center of the zone to the center of the next zone is at least 20 yards. Why make 20-yard passes if we can make 10-yard passes or 15-yard passes? So we have to pinch in the sides of each zone so that our passes are 10 yards and we're carrying the ball through the zone. The last thing I want to point out is we don't always want, let's say 3 passes to 1. You don't always want to run straight through the center of your zone. If we become predictable like that, the defense will start to apply heavy pressure and will run the risk of a turnover. You want to run an unpredictable ways. So when you catch this ball, this player might want to roll all the way out high, and then they might want to drive in hard and pop back out. A big roll and then a hard in and out is unpredictable and difficult to defend. And if we do that during the perimeter pass, the defense will be less inclined to apply heavy pressure. And if they're not applying heavy pressure, then we can get the ball around the formation 2 or 3 times quickly and effectively.